just post this regular way.
So before I left, about an hour ago or two, yeah, they cut off the other stream when I started telling the
And
truth.
so, like I
I
said,
mean, the whole
you know,
time I tell the truth, but
it
getting
was
too close to even more truth.
think about it. Yeah, they mad about it. I didn't, whatever, figured it out or something. Yeah, that's why they don't want me talking, making videos. It's reconnecting. So it turns out, which is common sense, the whole time she was not supposed to vote against it. That was the whole plan. They just didn't think people would remember and bring it up. And like I said, it was a black chick on this one video. I think I know which one it was. She brought that up 3 weeks ago. That it was Kamala who broke this shit. And really, I played it. You saw it on my channel. It's in my videos, whatever. But yeah, now it's reconnected. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we see what's up.
Wait a minute. Let's see if this is true. Expected.
South Carolina homeowners, if your roof is leaking, damaged, or even if it's just old, you can save anywhere from $5,000.
My gosh. That was something to see last night. I mean, JD won it hands down, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely disgusting, aggressive way. With the woman who ran Harvard University, Claudine Gay, she seemed kind of untouchable. And then Elise Stefanik got in there. Elise Stefanik, who went to Harvard herself. Well, it was sort of game over at that point. And I think that that's just important for everyone to remember who you're up against here, because this woman does not mess around. And we like that about her. She's got a big future, actually, I think, in the GOP, within the Republican Party, because she's willing to kind of get out there in front of these things. A lot of time, 6 weeks on the ground covering the Duke lacrosse story. Remember those poor kids that were framed by a DA?
See, that's what these titles y'all make on these channels on these type of people. It's okay. Could expect it, but will they do it?
Totally rabid DA, and I see a lot of similarities. I mean, there are obviously different cases, of course, but a lot of similarities between what we see from Letitia James and what we saw down in North Carolina and Raleigh, in Durham, with Mike Nifong. So this is a rabid DA, but she's met her match in Elise Stefanik, the representative out of New York, who today filed this letter saying to the New York Committee on Professional Standards, and interestingly, she's writing this, I believe, as an attorney.
I mean, you don't have to be a politician or a lawyer to know she should be disbarred. It's just like you don't have to be a doctor to know if somebody fucked you up or fucked up your family member, right? That's why you know to go to one of those, malpractice lawyers. Something ain't right.
Not necessarily as a representative. I don't see it on congressional paper. I don't see Representative Elise Stefanik. This is a very sort of humble letter there, but sending it to the committee on professional standards.
But see, that's why I said, this type of stuff I really don't,
If you're looking to pay down your debt with a HELOC but don't want monthly payments, then this is for you. A HELOC.
Tim Walz and JD Vance went head-to-head in their first ever vice presidential debate, broadcast live on CBS. The debate was praised for being much more substantive than the presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump just last month. with a much deeper dive into policy issues rather than personal jabs, which characterized the Harris-Trump debate. But it was ultimately J.D. Vance's confidence in debating, knowledge of policy, and sleek presentation that won him the night. Even leftist media like CNN were forced to admit Tim Walz lost the debate.
I think there was a clear lack of preparation and execution here on Walz's part.
I think actually it's the opposite. I think he had too much preparation.
Maybe,
He
yeah.
had so many lines that he was clearly trying to say that he didn't listen and said when J.D. Vance said one of the many things
They telling on themselves. Remember I used to say that when they come at me, you would tell on yourself. I didn't even watch it, so and I bet if I go watch the replay, remember I told you that, and you'll just jump the gun and say something. I'm like, that's not even what I'm talking about. You were prepared to say, yeah, they told you to this and that, and yada yada yada. And remember, I would just make a video afterwards, like this wasn't even what I was talking about. You wouldn't let me finish. And see, this is way too important. They had no choice but to admit it.
really hit.
And that's what I'm saying is this dude want to be vice Tim Walz. They want him to install him, and he's playing. They're using just regular old communist tactics at that level. They really think this gaslighting is gonna work.
Kamala Harris on.
I guess they might even been spying on JD Vance and think, yeah, that we know what you that we know you that this and that, and so they prepared him on whatever they spy on him about. And if he's like me and he knew they was spying, you just do stuff, and then you only have to really do extra stuff and You just know they don't understand. We're not like them. We cut off when we go home. We at home by ourselves, or he might be at home with his wife and kid. You're totally different. For real, totally different than at work. Y'all, that's what y'all keep fucking. I've been told you that's why you fucked up. You follow me and you're like, well, why is he promoted? Why did it? Because you're looking at what I do after work. But when I get to work, it's a total different thing. Y'all can't understand that. And most of us, you don't have to be, whatever, a paratrooper like me. Regular people. Same thing. We're all like that. We just take that and turned it, to a paratrooper or whatever. If a Navy SEAL higher up, whatever, or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. That's why y'all wouldn't make it. Y'all, you don't have to be like that. I kept telling y'all that over and over again. You don't have to be like y'all do though. That's because you're phony and what you're doing, and you know what you're doing is fake, and you know you're being watched or whatever. So you have to act a certain way. I told you that over and over again. I go from 0 to 60 in 1 second. Not even a second. Total change. I could be happy, smiling, but you control that tempo. I was thinking about something else. But y'all control that tempo. With the and so you're playing, and see, like I said, with me it worked for y'all. It seemed like, because a lot of times I'm surrounded by y'all, and the person who's in charge or whatever is one of y'all. So yeah, he's gonna go with because his ass ain't on the line, because he's not a real supervisor. He's one of y'all. But sometimes that's what y'all would get mad when I would go find jobs out of y'all pocket. What are you doing? Y'all get mad because you can't use your little plan. And that supervisor or whoever, he's with it. Or if like the times when it's the people from out of town for real, and they don't give a fuck, and they like, they don't give a damn about y'all gang stalkers. They going back home,
Tim Walz,
and they want the job done. They want to leave.
Harris, he didn't respond because he clearly had things in his mind. I think the lack of interviews that he has done with national media, with local media, it showed. He needed more reps.
Yeah, no, I
mean,
agree.
but the other one,
J.D. Vance
the
is-
white chick told the absolute truth, and he wasn't too prepared. Like she's trying to make it like too prepared, like for you know the debate, like with politics. He's too prepared. No, he was too prepared with the gang stalking shit, trying to do the witchcraft on Vance.
Had too much preparation, maybe. Yeah.
And like, which one said it? But and like I said, all you got to, if you know your stuff, that's the easiest way and best only way to defeat the gang stalkers is just know your stuff, and they can't say anything. And in a situation like this, he couldn't do what Kamala did because he's not a female, not a so he has to try to look like a man. It's man to man, and it's on video. It's nothing he could do. And if you know your stuff, that's all you gotta do is know your stuff. And see, like with me, what they'll do. I told you all the time, they'll just get mad. Yeah, he won't let me win.
Waltz lost the debate.
I think there was a clear lack of preparation and execution here on Waltz's part.
Yeah, you see, oh yeah, it was the black chick trying to be sound educated, and the white chick as usual. And that's a shame on CNN. On other networks where you got real women, it don't matter the race, it's just who's the smartest. So it might be a black chick, and she's trying to say, I think it's clear case of lack of preparation. The white chick jumping ship, basically, she's like, nah, y'all are fucked. We're fucked. I'm done. Maybe I can get a job at a real news. Yeah, exactly. She's like, maybe I can get a job somewhere else.
I think actually it's the opposite. I think he had too much.
And she's like, yeah, I'm too. Yeah, she's like, I think like with the white chick, she was like, I had to do this. I'm white. I'm small. I'm a female. I'm from New York or something. I had no choice. But I'm smart. I can go to somewhere else, Fox or something. I can go to a real. After this shit, she throw her under the bus. Nah, sister girl, I'm done. Yeah, y'all done. I'm done.
Maybe. He had so many lines that he was clearly trying to say that he didn't listen and said when J.D. Vance said one of the many things he really hit Kamala Harris on, not Tim Walz, but Kamala Harris, he didn't respond because he clearly had things in his mind. I think the lack of interviews that he has done with national media, with local media, it showed. He needed more reps.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, J.D. Vance is much more experienced at this, at public speaking, at defending himself, at pivoting.
MSNBC's Rachel Maddow was less generous with her praise, admitting that Vance was slicker, but Waltz had a stronger grasp on policy.
A cordial debate between
Rachel Maddow, that little boy crazy. It's like, who let they little, some white people, y'all need to come, there's a couple out there, y'all need to come get your kid.
these two men. I wouldn't describe them as evenly matched because they are so different. So different in style and so different on substance. Very interested to hear from the spin room, to hear from...
And see, now, yeah, they got the light on. See, they got the light on. Flying super low. So Democrats are scared of this light. I promise you, somebody put my light out I need one. See, that's too low. The fence is a privacy fence. It's too high. If I get the other ones, the plug in there, I need one that I can put up there. But this is brick. So how am I gonna fucking install that shit high enough to see over the fence? And see, I don't care what you say. They're spending money, because if I was sitting on the front right now, he would have flew over the front so I can make sure he wanted me to see the light. Because if I was sitting up front, I wouldn't have been able to. If he flew that path he just flew, that course, I wouldn't have been able to see him. And like I said, so you bums on the middle, it's standing in the street when I go out tomorrow, hey, go ask him. Ask them. They paying him. I don't know how much money and spending gas, fuel to fly over my house, and you starving on the side of the street. I'd be mad. I'd be pretty pissed at Democrats.
All of my colleagues here to get to all of the analysis that we're going to get to. I think the big picture takeaway from this is that one of these candidates is much slicker than the other, is a much more practiced kind of professional debate style speaker, and the other candidate won.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, when I was in the auto zone, it was some niggas sound like they from up north somewhere, probably Baltimore, whatever. They working on it. Some fat bitch, he fat too, whatever. And technically, uh, it caught my attention, even if he was gang stalking, because it sounded like something I would say, or one of my friends, because sound like they had two cars, one followed the other, or one came was, it's like, okay, like you drive your car and you with somebody, and they said, well, pull in the auto zone, then it break down, it finally break, and then somebody come help you, or whatever. Either way, he was just like somebody for the put. So I went and got gas today, and I might go get some tomorrow just because, you know. I probably will. I ain't doing nothing tomorrow. What's tomorrow? 1:30. Yeah, I probably get some gas tomorrow. But see, and I think he was gang stalking, but cause he like, yeah, somebody put some gas in my car. And I looked not because I thought, oh, he's talking about me, or oh, I'm spending my money. I put gas. I gotta do it. No, just honest. Yeah, like. Yeah, always, back in the day, if it weren't for the gang stalk, even though I don't know them, I'd be like, I feel you, dog. Shit, ain't nobody, seriously, I don't even know them. They would, oh, dude, get out of our business. Nah, I'd be like, I feel you, shit. I ain't your, it's like, hey, you ain't they chauffeur, huh? Somebody, or, well, you still they chauffeur, well, you still driving around, but, yeah, you don't ride, nobody ride for free. I would have, I would have said so. But now it's like, it's no more, human decency among black folks. So yeah, and it's not about something would have went down. It's just it's like, oh yeah, you ain't fit to act like, oh, I'm a dick rider or something. I want to be down with y'all. Just funny. I'm finna pay for what I bought, or actually I ain't even find what I needed, and but I'm like, I'm finna go. I just would have, yeah, I feel that, cause shit, they thinking they riding for free, huh? Annie up, exactly, yeah, Annie up, yeah, yeah, he telling the truth, yeah, somebody finna put some gas.
Speaker, and the other candidate won. There was one bad moment for Tim Walz in this debate where he got mixed up and embarrassed in answering a question about exactly what month he had been in China in relation to the Tiananmen Square protest. But then on guns,
I mean, why y'all still trying to lie about all this? Who do they think is falling for this shit? Yeah, we believe that. Yeah, that's what it was.
January 6th, on Obamacare, on the economy, on blaming everything on the border, back again on healthcare, on abortion, on every issue on substance.
Oh yeah, before I totally just discount, I could just take the one out the front, bring it back here, and see what it'll look like. Yeah.
J.D. Vance was very polished and very slick, and Tim Walz beat him on all the substantive points. At least that was my take on it.
J.D. Vance made the unprecedented move of pushing back against the fact-checking of the moderators, which is what many berated Donald Trump for failing to do during his presidential debate. Many commentators applauded this, with this commentator saying, "Just now, CBS moderators fact-checked J.D. Vance and refused to let him fully respond and eventually cut his mic." But this MSNBC host had a different take, accusing J.D. Vance of mansplaining the all-female moderators.
Like muting power.
Oh, they just, okay. They always find some kind of shit to try to get around it. See that this is the world. This is the whole world's safety. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no way in hell. Oh no, you mansplaining. If you can't handle it, then a female doesn't need to be a moderator.
I think if you're a woman, that might be the worst moment JD Vance had, because he was going to mansplain right over that mute button.
Yeah, here you go. I already knew. That's what you see now. I clicked on the comments. So if a woman talks over you, it's fine. But if you talk over them, it's mansplaining. Exactly. Yeah, kindergarten shit. Yeah, literally. That's why I just said it's like, no, you can't be in these positions. If you can't take and you can't handle it as a male or female, then you got to go.
He was, and again, I don't pretend to know how everyone will react to this. I think that a lot of women in positions of authority that should command respect just by virtue of that dynamic will see themselves, and some do.
So you command respect just because you're a woman? You're like, well, no, no, because a man in a position, he don't command respect because he's a man. He command respect because he knows what he's doing. You can't just say, no, just believe me.
That disrespected them and talked over. I mean, there was a moment like that with the vice presidential in the Harris-Pence debate.
The ABC was also forced to admit Vance's victory after a Democrat strategist said Vance performed better on the night.
One Democratic strategist in a battleground state was actually very critical of Walz' performance tonight, telling us Vance is much better at this than Walz. I don't think it matters much, and there's good moments for both sides, but if I have a frustration, is that I don't know what Walz' strategy was tonight.
I don't know why they still trying to make this like these folks are actual Democrats, actually are politicians who care about America. These folks, y'all are fucking crazy. Nobody's saying thinks this is a regular election with two different sides and different ideas, but the same agenda, but maybe different ways to do it. No, these people do not want America to prosper.
During a stop in Baltimore, we questioned Governor Westmore about the news from DJS. Do you believe that robbery should be considered a violent felony by DJS so that these young people who may be facing these charges fall into the new policy change?
Yeah, we believe we have to continue coordinating and we have to continue working together to make the system work better. We know we have work to do. We have to make sure that people are accountable.
What work do you have to do? I'm switching. Like, what work do you have to do? Okay. If that's the case, make it so you could just smoke somebody trying to rob you. Or for you people in Baltimore, I'm just saying, you know what to do, and just get out of there. They tried to rob you, just got to get out of there after you do what you do. Well, what about the evidence we would leave? It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until y'all can get rid of it, because otherwise y'all gonna go to prison for defending yourself.
kupują obrączek, albo żyją na kocią łapę, albo kupują w internecie.
Let's give the people what they want.
Po tej informacji wyskoczysz z butów treningu.
Go into effect January 1st, 2018, right here. Okay, so 2018, we're just a little bit above the 4.
CBO have an impact on the economy. About tax policy, I'm gonna address that one as well. CBO said originally that the Tax Cut and Jobs Act was going to cost us $2 trillion.
See, the thing they don't understand, they keep trying to not just overtalk him, they try to overtalk everybody and think regular Americans are just sitting there going, yeah, he wouldn't let you. Everybody can see what's happening. You don't have to be a politician to know you're not going to let somebody just keep talking over you and not let you talk. You know, let me talk, let me say so. You know, nah, you're not going to be the only one just talking. I don't know where, that's what it says, like they're not human.
By 7 major felony offenses. Okay, so now we're looking at New York City, and they go all the way back to the year 2000.
You're lying, Congressman. You're lying. We already know that there is.
He go sit there and tell another man to his face, you're lying. And see, that's what I'm saying. They want you to get by so they can say, see, Republicans are violent. But it's not working.
Economic plan. Let's start here.
We have to acknowledge the reality going on in every city in America.
Not answering the question. Not answering the question.
That is answering the question. Because the reality in America, hold on, Keith, the reality in America is that crime is massively up.
Crime is not massively up. That's a lie.
You're lying, Congressman. You're lying. We already know.
See, you heard him. You can bang the table all you want. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he banging on the crime is not it. People, niggas dying and shit. And this little punk ass bitch is getting mad.
FBI just released data this week. The crime is going down.
We already know that.
Oh my God! Why do you let this man lie on your national television like this?
I'm telling you the exact truth.
Not right.
You may not.
You're a liar,
You may not.
Congressman.
No, I'm
You're a
not.
liar.
Because you're lying to the American people now.
would let
And
me
so I want to
talk,
be respectful of what you're trying to say.
Hang on a second.
Go
If you
ahead.
would just let me
Go ahead.
talk, I will explain exactly what you want me to explain. We have the data. The FBI literally put out data today showing that crime is down this year for the first 6 months of the year. But look at the trend line, okay? The crime is in all these different categories. And then there is a trend line that shows that crime is going down.
Now, when you first see this, you think, oh, well, I guess crime is going down. But if you've been following me, what have I been saying? And Trump said this during the debate, that this information is incomplete. They are not including the larger cities in these numbers. And so what I'm going to do right now to make sure we focus on the facts, we focus on the truth, and we don't drive a narrative on this thing, let's actually look at those numbers. Okay, so first we're going to start with Chicago. That is a sanctuary city, right? And if we scroll down and we see historical comparison, which you could go to their website and get this information, look at the numbers here under total, okay? So they're counting murder, criminal sexual assault, robbery, aggravated battery, burglary, theft, and motor vehicle theft. Okay, so far this year, in 2024, they're at 50,000. Last year, they were at 56,000. The year before that, they were at 43,000. The year before that, they were at 31,000. And in 2020, they were at 33,000. Crime is up, no question. When you're talking about Chicago, and New York City has it organized again by 7 major felony offenses. Okay, so now we're looking at New York City, and they go all the way back to the year 2000, but we're going to start at 2020, 95,000, 102,000 in 2021, 126,000 in 2022, and 126,000 in 2023. So there's been a rise in crime in New York City. Let's go to Los Angeles. Here's Los Angeles from the year 2021 to the year 2022. So in 2021, it was 66,000. Year 2022, it was 74,000. This is Los Angeles County Sheriff. Then you have year 2022 to year 2023, which ended up at 76,000. So crime has gone up. Now let's dive a little deeper on the reporting, because, you know, the big pushback is, no, that's not true. Crime is down. It's being reported. No, it's not. Just look at this, okay? According to the Marshall Project, they report that 31% of the 18,000 law enforcement agencies across America, failed to report crime data to the FBI national database after transitioning to a new data collection system, according to the latest statistics from the FBI. That's a slight improvement from 2021, when 40% of law enforcement agencies didn't report crime data. Get this, who are the biggest offenders of this? Just 24% of New York's police departments sent their crime data to the FBI. That's a failing grade in anyone's book. That includes New York City's police department. 141 out of the 583 New York police agencies reported data in 2022. Pennsylvania was even worse, with just 9% of the police departments reporting crime data to the FBI. And then Maryland came in reporting just 38%. California came in with just 49%, less than half. Illinois right now is at 52%. New Jersey's at 52%. And Florida, to be fair, I guess is the worst, with just 8% of law enforcement agencies reporting their crime data to the FBI. So when the FBI is supposed to be looked at as the end-all be-all for crime data statistics, that would actually be naive of us as a researcher to believe that. We need to tell the full story. Now, when you're also talking about the truth and doing your research, the economy is the next issue, and it's the issue that Trump is obviously winning on, but CNN does not want to support that. CNN does not want to acknowledge that. Every single
I mean, basically everything every day is the same. Democrats are lying, and that's a fact. And they really just want you to believe that they're telling the truth. We're not lying.